So I didn't really figure out what anxiety was or what panic was. Um, more of the uh, more of what actually is going on with your body when you experience anxiety and panic attacks. Um, until I read this book by Paul David um, called "At Last Alive." I believe that's what it's called. Um, Great book, excellent book. Someone who's dealt with anxiety for 10 years. That's the person I made my connection with. And what his book pretty much explains is your body is pumping adrenaline into you, uh, which makes you think, um, which makes you believe that you're in fear. Your body thinks you're in fear, you're in danger. So it puts you in a fight or flight state. So when that happens, you're being pumped with adrenaline, which is going to give you that fight or flight response. Now, of course, you're not in any place of danger. Like with me, I was at home with my kids, my wife, and my panic attack started. My anxiety kicked up. I didn't know that it was just adrenaline. All it was is simply adrenaline being pumped into your body because your body believes it's in a state of distress, that you need help, that you're scared. And for whatever reason, I was scared. I was terrified, but of the fact that I didn't know what was going on with me. So, an overabundance of adrenaline isn't the proper response for not knowing something. So, in long story short, that's pretty much what anxiety, panic is. Your body's getting overdoused with adrenaline. So I finally made this connection with this book, and it helped me understand things. It helped me grasp things. It helped me better control things, and it helped give me an understanding of what and where I was going with this. Because up until then, all it was here, take this medication, here, take this medication, here, take this medication. Well, try breathing, well, try this, well, try that. That's all great, but what is wrong with me? That's what I think everybody wants to know the answer. What is wrong with me? And as far as I'm concerned, and a lot of forums that I've read, is a lot of people ask the same question. Am I going crazy? Is this normal with anxiety? This is how I feel. Should I be feeling this way? In relations to anxiety and panic, yeah, a lot of the symptoms are normal. It's having to deal with them, and from what everyone tells you, that isn't normal. Because up until recently, like I said, until I read this book, no one really told me how to deal with it, what to do to get through it. It was kind of just like, here, take this pill, and you'll be better. And that's absolutely not the case. That's absolutely not the case. I wish things weren't like that, but it just appears to be that's the medical world. Take this pill, it's going to make you feel better. So that's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for this pill to make me feel better. I was waiting for this other pill to make me feel better. I was waiting for my therapist to say, okay, you're healed. I was waiting for the answers, and they weren't coming. All the while, I kept going through this. I kept breaking down. I kept having my anxiety attacks. I kept having panic attacks. I'd break down and cry for no reason, whether it was two hours away from home or whether I was at home. It was happening every day. It was happening constantly. And nobody was really getting to the bottom of this. It was more of just take this pill, you'll be better. Go do some talk therapy, you'll be better. Do some breathing exercises, you'll be better. And it's unfortunate because that wasn't the case. I didn't get better. And the more I looked to these prescriptions, these doctors, therapists, it wasn't getting better. Um, and and every time I'd break down, it's like, why does this keep happening to me? This never happened before. I just turned 28 a few weeks ago. This has never happened before. I've been through some pretty traumatic events, and this has never happened. My mind's just racing with why isn't the prescription working? Why isn't breathing working? Why isn't talk therapy working? Why isn't nothing working? Um, and I guess the answer to that is, it's not. I was never really told how to address the situation, how to handle the situation. It was more band-aids. It was more of a band-aid. And it wasn't even that great of a band-aid because I was still, 80% of my day was, consumed by anxiety and panic attacks. So it was a terrible band-aid. It didn't even work. All it did was gave me this false hope of this pill's gonna fix me. Talk therapy is gonna fix me. Seeing the psychiatrist is gonna fix me. And none of it was fixing me. None of it was fixing me. Now, a little disclaimer here: I'm no psychiatrist. I'm no therapist. I'm no doctor. I'm nothing like that. I'm just an average Joe. Works a 9 to 5, provides for family. But I've noticed that's the best way. Talking to people who've experienced it is the best way to overcome it. And I want to be, like I said earlier, I want to be that voice. I want to be that connection for, hopefully, if I could just connect with somebody and kind of get something to click, like, oh my gosh, that's what's going on, that's what's happening, that's how I handle this, then that's great. The thing that I worried about the most when I was going through my stuff is someone to talk to. I talk to my buddies, talk to my wife, but none of them could relate with me. No one could make that connection with me. And for me, at least, until I had someone to make that connection with, that has kind of gone through it, until that happened, I really didn't start to get over anxiety and panic. And there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I'm not fully recovered. I still have my anxiety, but it's gotten 10 times better. It's gotten 1,000 times better. So if there's anything that I get from doing this, it's just that I hope to help people grasp a better concept of what's going on with them, because it's terrifying. And when I first gone through it, I was talking to anybody and everybody that would listen and talk back. And it was great. It was great help, but the bottom line was they weren't giving me the answers that I was looking for. Um, and the truth is, if you haven't gone through it, they're not going to give you the answers that you're looking for. Not to speak bad on anybody, but the truth is, dealing with anxiety and depression, it means accepting it, point blank and simple. Um, my solution was to get out of the situation that I was in. My solution was to um, get a stronger prescription. My solution was continue this therapy, which I'm still on medication. I still do talk therapy, but a lot of it was the solution was me. The solution was me. and it was me the whole time. And until you grasp that concept, until you accept that, um, things really won't get better. And like I said, it's tough. It's by far the hardest thing I've ever gone through. Um, I, like I said, I have 4 kids. I have a wife. I got to provide for them, and I was almost to the point where uh, I just wanted to quit my job. I just wanted to quit, which would have been terrible, um, because how the hell is my family going to eat? You know. So, but it got me that low. It got me that low where I wanted to quit. I wanted to quit. I wanted to go away. Um, Nothing suicidal. I didn't have no suicidal thoughts, but I did want to disappear. I did want to just go away, just run away from it all. For the longest time, I just wanted to run away. Um, and that's not the solution. As much as I wanted to, that's not the solution. So, uh, I hope these videos that I'm going to start doing help people get through things, help people grasp things a lot better, because I wanted that when I was first going through uh, my attacks and my anxiety. I wanted someone there, the same way that I'm want to try to be there for everybody else going through this. Um, so this is just my introduction video. I'd like to get more in depth with uh, my story, uh, the things that I've done to cope, um, my trials and errors, just to anybody willing to listen. That's all I want to do. Is I just want to reach out. I just want to help people the way that I wish I had help when I first gone through this. And I'm telling you, once you find that person you can connect with, and once you find that person that relates with you, things get 10 times better. You can ask my wife. My wife, she, she got pretty extensive with research, and why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? And blah blah blah. And you need to be doing this. You need to be doing that. She's been a trooper. She's been my rock this whole time. But until I read that book by Paul David, who I could relate with, who made that connection with me, did I really grasp the concept of everything. And my wife jokes, but she's like, I've been telling you this stuff the entire time, and you never listened to me. And I apologize. I didn't listen to her, but this guy's saying stuff that I've gone through. This guy's speaking pretty much for me. I read this book, and it's like I wrote it. And it's once I made that connection, things really clicked with me, and things really started to get better. Like I said, I'm not fully over it, but I'm getting my life back, and I feel strong enough to where I could help people, or try to help people get their lives back as well. Um, if there's anything that I get from this, it's just that I hope to help. If I could help one person, these videos would have done their purpose. So, if I'll continue to post videos. If anyone has any questions, want to talk, my email address is mejvr@hotmail.com. Shoot me an email. I'd love to chat. Like I said, I've been pretty low. I've been pretty low during this, and I'm not fully out of it, but I'm about 85-90% out of it. And the best way to get over it is to talk to somebody. So if you feel like shooting me an email, shoot me an email. I'll be happy to respond. All right. guys stay strong. I hope this blows up. I hope I get, a lot of followers. I hope, this goes somewhere. I really do. You guys all have a good day.